We want you. We just want you in the frame.
Not you, him.
I'm a beauty queen. That's what they think. Okay, ready? Life, it's all about death. It's all about pain. It's all about destruction and the things you do in vain.
Live from the last door in the left studios in sunny Venice, California, it's the Alex Duffy Show, starring Alex Duffy, with this week's special guest, April Macey, on very, very short notice. And now, a man who's never even tried Polish sausage, but says he loves it, Alex Duffy!
Life, it's all about you. It's all about me. We're all that we have and all we foresee. So give it your best shot. It's all that you got. Might not be a lot, but that's all there is to life.
That was fabulous, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Alex.
Okay, sorry. I already look too much like a southerner. Okay.
Yes, you do. You already have that air about you.
Well, it's October 21st. Okay. Seriously, folks, it's October 21st, 2003. I'm Alex Duffy, and Steve Lyon is...
Lucia.
Yes. And we have a very, very funny, lovely, talented young comedian with the two N's at the end and the E, who we're about to introduce in just a moment. But first, I must talk about our brothers in the supermarket strike.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting ugly on the radio. I didn't know that Clear Channel could devote like every waking moment to those rotten supermarket strikers. They're awful. Oh, they're terrible. They should all be fired. You go to the next station. They're all terrible. They should all be fired.
So AM talk radio is
yeah,
against the
yeah,
strikers,
and it's horrible. You know, it's like why don't they go after like the people that whatever happened to the Enron guys? Whatever happened to the
old news?
Old news. Yeah. My wife's just like, yeah, get rid of the strikers. You know, they're our enemies. You know.
She loves that AM talk radio.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible. But you know, I'm not like this brother in solidarity with them or something like that. But it's more like, you know, give them a break. They're making like $15 an hour or some crap. Does everything
something
have to
else if these people were rich?
Yeah, it's not like does everything have to turn into
they're
Walmart?
bagging groceries for fuck's sake.
I know,
They're not
I
making
know.
crazy money.
It's like they're gonna put a little Walmart on our flag instead of the little star or
Yeah,
something
I know.
like that. You know? God. Oh well. Anyway, well, we're going to keep you informed about that, and we always do that to date the show. So if you watch it 10 years from now, you go, supermarket strike, what was that?
Everybody comes to the Alex Duffy Show for their current events.
Exactly. And can you hear me? Am I cool?
Yeah, I love it when you do that, Alex.
I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to leave
don't
it here.
touch the microphone.
I will not touch
Thank
the
you.
microphone.
Every time you touch it, it goes...
Okay. That might sound really cool, though,
I don't
when
like
it's
that.
live. You know?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, we have a comedian tonight
Yes, comedian.
who is so funny. You will be glad you saw her here online first. Yes, she is the one. She's the only. The hilarious April Macey! Yay!
The one, the only.
Right.
But we saw her here first, living in abject poverty for years and years. Totally.
You don't look
broke.
like you're in poverty. You look like you're glowing with health. Radiant health.
I didn't wash my hair today to save on shampoo. I'm fucking poor.
Oily shine. You
Yeah, it's a little greasy.
But the thing is, it holds the hair in place.
Yeah.
You know?
Grease is always
But I have to ask you about your real last name, which is pronounced Maceychek.
Maceychek, little
Maceychek.
mnemonic device.
Yeah.
My paycheck sounds like my paycheck.
Is that one of those names that has no vowels in it?
There's a C and a Z and there's a Y and there's a K and there's a J in there.
All right.
It'd be a lovely scrabble.
It's a very Polish name.
Yeah, it's very Polish.
But it also looks like something from the old Superman comics.
Really?
Do you remember Mr. Mixtapitolix?
You know, I've heard that. No, seriously, I've heard that, but I've heard like hockey player more. Like it would be such a great Polish hockey name. Maceychek skating down the court.
Crosses the blue line. Maceychek shoots. He scores.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you been to Poland ever?
No, I'm not. But I've been told by a plastic surgeon that I have thick Eastern European skin, so I won't age. I'll age really well.
Right, no wrinkles.
Oh, good.
No wrinkles for many
good.
years. Thick Eastern European skin.
People will never know. They'll never know how old you are.
No, never know. But I've been to Prague, and that's close. I mean,
What brought you to Prague?
Went on a trip with the ex-boyfriend. We decided to travel for 2 months. He was a sitcom writer, so we went on hiatus, and it was just driving around, tooling around, fly by the seat of your pants, like wherever we drive, and that's where we'll land.
I've heard that the least expensive prostitutes in Eastern Europe are in Prague.
Really?
Yes, $25
Alex
a
knows
night.
this by...
You didn't get a hooker rat.
No, I'm a married
cheap
man.
ass. That's great. It's good to know. Next time we're in Prague, cheap ass. I'll know where to find it.
Yeah. I know. It's that's kind of a double standard. Like it only applies to the women, but not the men. You know, it's what can you do?
Well, I don't think women are ever really like. Do women need to buy? You know, their sex? I don't think.
No.
There's a
That's
whole
just men have just got the whole, get as many women pregnant on the brain thing as they've got.
Really?
Women have to be more careful.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that have to carry the baby.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's instinct. That's why men are pigs. That's what I'm going.
Well, they
with.
are.
That's
They
what I'm
are.
going with. They're trying to spread their seed. Yeah.
Trying to fertilize as many fields as possible, like
Yeah.
rain falling from the sky.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy into that. Sounds like a load of crap to me. Just to be a pig. Go to just some Discovery Channel stuff. That's nice.
Well, it's just nature. It's our nature.
Yeah, really, and ours is too.
Well, I mean, you look at the chimps and the apes, and you look at us. How are we different? How are we as human beings different? They have politics. They have jealousy. They have.
I actually saw this thing on the Discovery Channel where they found out that apes are now like aggressive for no reason. Like there's just this mean ape that beat this woman. He used like some piece of wood that he found in the woods and actually beat this woman with it. Not woman, but woman ape.
An ape test, yeah.
Until she almost died. It was like the first sort of domestic abuse in the ape world. It was very strange.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I was fascinated. By
the parallels are there. The difference between us and the apes is that apes don't write things down.
Yeah.
So they just kind of, it's like they're in a permanent state of deja vu. A stick will hurt somebody. Oh, they die. Next ape discovers it. Oh, a stick will hurt somebody. Then they die. Mm-hmm. Humans go, oh, a stick will hurt somebody, and they write it down. And then the next person comes along and goes, a bigger stick will hurt even more.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's what they discovered in the ape world, that this was happening, that they were just beating. He beat it for no reason. He was just a bad ape.
You're just a bad ape, damn it.
That's exactly what it was. It's so ridiculous. But
Well, now, you told me that you come from a Catholic background?
Raised Catholic. My grandparents insisted that I went to CCD classes, but I was denied First Holy Communion.
Why were you denied communion?
Denied First Holy Communion because my dad, the priest, came up to my dad and he was like, "Mr. Machachek, I don't see you in Mass on Saturday. Do you attend Sunday Mass?" My dad's like, "No, Father Lamb." Father Lamb is his name. He's like, "No, Father Lamb. April's mother and I are atheists." And the priest almost had a heart attack. And my dad's like, "Yeah, I feel that Jesus is the adult equivalent of Santa Claus." And I was like,
"That's gonna go over well."
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
But you
go
guys are
over
going
well.
to church, though?
No, my grandparents went to church. My parents,
that's funny. I agree with your dad on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows if
how
you're
do you feel
naughty
about
or nice.
Do you think that they think that God is kind of like just really Santa Claus for adults?
I don't know. I feel
you feel like there's
religion is the opiate for the masses. Yeah.
What happens when you die? Do you feel there's an afterlife?
I mean, I hope there's something, because this would be kind of shitty if this was it.
This is it.
Yeah,
this is it, baby. Yeah.
There's nothing else. Come on.
Well, especially as you get older, you're like, oh man, this is it. And then as you get really old, you're like, this was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unless you're one of that 1% of the population that somehow just every year just pulled it off somehow, just did all the right things.
It's. I have friends that are religious, and I really question the religious zealot. It's like they're a little bit nutty if you're that into it. I have friends that were like, I was once an alcoholic whore, but now, that I found God. It's like, what? You joined the football team a month ago. Let it go, sister. I found the Lord.
Where was he?
Yeah.
He was in an alley, passed out with me.
Yeah, you used to find some dick and a 40 in an alley, and now Jesus is on your side. So that's good.
You got that going for you.
Yeah, I got that going for you.
Well, now when did you decide to go into stand-up comedy?
About a year ago. I was engaged, and after a bad breakup, I was like, you know what? I was funnier. He was a comic, and I was like, I've always wanted to do it, but I felt like the entire time I was in the relationship that I was like this bird with its wings clipped, sitting in a gilded cage. It was so sad. So I was like, spread my wings, and I flew.
Wow, yeah, and you certainly have. I mean, in a year, most people would know you've been doing comedy for a year.
No.
They think you're doing it for longer.
No, because as we
you're
established
bold.
earlier, that I'm
Yes.
really talented.
Yes. Well, you're quite bold. You just go on stage and you just tell it like it is.
Yeah.
You don't have like a wall of stuff you hide behind.
No, it comes from a very dark place, though. There's a lot in my comedy. There's a lot of pain in there. But I was tortured in high school by, my mom was sort of the town whore, long line of dirty hoes, and I was sort of, the lineage was passed on to me. So now I think I talk, about sex a lot in my act, and I think it's sort of like a fuck you to all those people.
Right.
I can say what I want.
But it's also kind of liberating, I mean, for people to go in the audience and hear women talk like that, Because
it's all
usually guys going, yeah, and I banged that hoe, yeah, she was just begging for more. And I said, hey, that's because I'm the big daddy, or whatever the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually part of your act, isn't it, Alex?
No, mine is like, and so I made sure when I came home quietly, she didn't notice I came home, because I told her I'd be home at 11, but it was like 11:10, and I didn't want her to. Well, I didn't want her to yell at me.
Yeah, but I did beat.
That would be my
beat a
act.
man once. Yeah, it was a bit nevishy though, so it was kind of easy. But as far as the whole sex thing goes, it's that's how women talk when you're. At least my friends do. My friends are kind of sluts.
Well, talk about your routine. Give us some examples from your routine. Tell us a joke.
I'm a joke. You want to hear a joke? I'm this is new. I'm kind of excited about it. Excited to try it on stage.
Okay.
I was going through my closet for Goodwill
Right.
the other day, and I found a sweatshirt, and I was like, who did I fuck that likes the Patriots?
That's a good joke.
It's a good joke.
That is funny.
It's a good joke.
That's killer material. Tell us. Go for it.
If I can interject,
Yeah, please.
somebody told me a joke the other day. It's like you take any sports team and you put the word "butt" in front of their name. Mm-hmm. So like the Butt Patriots,
The butt.
or the Butt Buccaneers, or the Butt Dodgers, or
It makes it seem like they're
the
all
Butt
gay.
Lakers. I don't know.
Yeah, the butt. I actually have a really good anal sex joke that I'm really excited about.
All right.
It's a little dirty for the show.
No, it's not. Please.
Is it really?
Tell it.
I feel like more fellas are asking for the anal these days. And I remember the first time I asked, it was Thanksgiving of '99. I made my first dinner that day, and then he had the nerve to ask me for the anal. I'm like, dude, I made a turkey, and you want to fuck me in the ass? What am I, an Indian? What are you going to do next? Burn down my wigwam and give me smallpox? Yeah.
That's bold. That's bold
Bold
stuff.
stuff. You don't see a lot of women talking about the anal.
Yeah.
Why is it always
Yeah.
fucked in the ass? Why never made love in the ass? Why?
That would actually make more
dirty.
sense. Yeah.
It's dirty.
Well, I think it's more of a dominance thing. If you say fucked in the ass.
Well,
it's
I
more like,
had a dominance joke, and it really didn't work. I'm I totally get that it's about dominance. I'm so why don't you just hog tie me and punch me in the face? Because I think that'd be a little less painful.
Yeah.
No,
Is that awful?
no. It's telling the truth. That's what's it's funny. Now, what when you started out, what was your early material? Do you remember any of it, or is it all wiped out from memory?
No, because it's all really good.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
The early material, I'm it was
Do you remember your first joke? Or you told when you went on stage, you're like, "Hi, I'm April, and my first joke is."
I do. My first joke. It was the I come from a long line of dirty whores.
Oh, okay.
Mom, dirty whore. Grandma, dirty whore. Great grandma cut to the front of the line at Ellis Island with a little.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
That is funny. You did the law of threes too.
Law of threes, always in threes. And then I had some dirty hoe stuff, I'm your dirty hoe if, but it was a little Jeff Foxworthy-esque, your dirty hoe.
Yeah.
So I kind of, that was the early stuff. I had to let that go.
Now, you say you're from a dysfunctional family?
Yeah, highly dysfunctional.
Talk about it.
My mom puts on lipstick before she goes to bed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know, it's very strange. She's
Is she like Michael Jackson or something like that? Or?
No, I think her entire life, her core identity has been hey, look at me, I'm pretty. And then,
So when she puts lipstick on, then what happens in the morning? It's all over the sheets? Or?
Yeah, she's not normal. She's losing it. She's going through that plastic surgery thing. But she used to pick me up from the bus stop in a bikini. And then,
Oh, that's scarring as a
That's
kid.
a hot mom.
Yeah, she was. She was super hot mom. She was like the town.
Is the mom and dad still married?
Still married, 30 years.
Wow. Well, that's how she's kept it fresh.
No, she's just completely insane, and my dad stays because they've never known anything different. They were married when they were 18 after 3 months, and they just totally shouldn't be married because she's evil.
But your dad must be like, my wife. I mean, because there's other guys going, your wife is hot.
No, I don't think that's it. I think he wishes that she would just, like, do normal stuff instead
She just gained like 50 pounds and let her hair go white, that kind of thing?
No, she's still stunning and getting
That's what I'm
plastic
saying.
surgery.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, is that really all there is for the
did-
fellas?
did
Is
she
that
get-
it,
Yes,
you
yes,
guys?
yes.
I'm like, come
When
on.
you're Alex, that's all there is.
Conversation and a good game of tennis.
Well, I talk the talk, but I don't walk the walk.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you.
Why, are you saying your wife is not attractive, Alex?
Oh, of course. She's the most attractive. Susie, you're the most attractive woman on the planet, and I love you. I love you.
Good save, Alex.
Yes.
Good save.
There.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, she doesn't watch the show, so I can say anything I want. Yeah. So it's like, Susie, watch the show, and she's like, oh no, I'm gonna like, oh, okay.
She
Well,
doesn't even come up with a good excuse. She just goes, I'm just gonna.
exactly. So.
Yeah, Mom used to pick me up from the bus stop in a bikini. It was like, I'd get off the bus and people would be like, my mom said your mom's a whore. And it was like, oh my God, like how traumatizing. I'm like,
Wow.
Did you grow up in L.A.?
No, Pennsylvania.
Wow. What do people do in
Easton.
Pennsylvania?
You know what? We moved to LA. It's so horrible. Like, I'm from Easton, which is the home of Larry Holmes, the Easton assassin.
Wow.
Yeah, it's totally lame. It's don't be excited, people. I'm like, at Allentown, I'm like, our town was pathetic enough that Billy Joel wrote a song about it. I'm like, it's not good. Steel mills and living here in Allentown.
But all the steel mills are gone overseas, pretty much, right? All that's way of life is gone.
Closing all the factories down. I'm like,
what do people do out there now for work? Is it just all like Walmarts?
Yeah, there's some Walmarts, and it's like you go back and you feel like you're in a time warp with like bad mall hair and like people.
Well, I wonder what's
sewing
going to happen when like
jeans.
all of Eastern Pennsylvania is just like all Walmarts. With all the Walmart employees is going to shop at other Walmarts, and it's just like socialism will have been achieved, but not even trying.
Walmart chain.
Yeah. You got that. That's good. Yeah.
Through cheap polyester clothes and and a sporting goods section, so that's nice.
Well, tell us about dating. How do you do it? I met my wife through a personal ad on the internet.
I date a lot. I don't know. I feel like it's.
It sucks. That's why I got married. I was like, okay, I never will date again. I will get married. That's what happened.
Well, post breakup, I dated a lot, but I have a current fella, which is my non-committal way of saying boyfriend, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. But he tried to break up with me on Monday, but I sort of argued my way out of dump. I was like, la 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 la, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're not breaking up with me. It was so sad, and it worked. And then he went away, and now we're together. And I think away he missed me, and I got a card. And
now, are you also an actress too? Are you auditioning for parts and things?
Not right now. I'm like I focus on the stand up, and I write so much.
Kudos to you.
Yeah. It's
Well,
really
don't dilute it.
Yeah, don't dilute it.
Stand-up.
Yeah. Damn it. That's right. Well,
right.
you could
Correct.
if there's a comedy show or something, you could audition for, but don't audition for everything.
Yeah.
Don't go. Oh, there's a play about a woman who's discovering herself. I'll audition for that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Now stick with the stand-up. You're right. This is the lean years. These are the lean years.
The
you
lean
know?
years.
Yeah. It's like lean cuisine years. You know. Have you had a chance to go out on the road, like tour?
I went back to Pennsylvania and I did like 30 minutes in front of my family and some high school friends.
How did that go?
Oh, it was rough in Eastern Pennsylvania. Like I did a joke and I made some obscure reference to a book and I was like, and they didn't get it. And I was like, of course you guys. I started getting angry. I was like, of course you guys didn't get it because you can't read.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the joke? I want to hear it.
I'm like, I picked up a notebook at my boyfriend's house, and he was like, hey, put that down. That's my diary. I'm like, all right, Bridget Jones. But just to let you know. Like, just to let you know, the second you leave the house, that'll be the first book I've read cover to cover since Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And it was not, I'm like, I thought it was funny, and they were like, just flatlined. And I was
That
like,
was
I
an
hate
obscure
you.
literary reference for
Well,
them?
like, for them, they don't read a fourth grade literary reference.
Like a
I think
book?
I read that too.
You read them books?
Yeah, books. Yeah.
I read just one book. It was written by the good Lord 2,000 years ago. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Amen.
And they got the special edition, the easy to read version.
Yeah.
They take out all the thous and they put in the how
Pictures.
You
The
doing.
how you
pictures,
doing,
yeah.
just to
Yeah, the comic book version.
simplify.
Yeah.
It's the layman's version of the Bible.
Well, do you read a lot? Are you a big reader?
I'm not a big reader, but my boyfriend's a big reader, and he points out that, like, I'm not a big reader, and I'm like, listen, while you were busy reading in college, I was getting laid. So, who had a better time?
He's more experienced in the brain, you're more experienced in the body.
Yeah,
and
and
I
so-
think body is better than brain.
I'm like, and you know what? I got into Mensa, and he's like 30 IQ points lower than me, so I know I'm brighter. Do I really need
Got
to
it in Mensa?
Yeah, I got into Mensa. So
Wow, that's why your comedy is so intelligent yet funny, yet
is
sparkling.
it? Is
Yes.
it really? Yay! I'm like
Cerebral.
I'm putting all this stuff in my self-esteem pocket and taking it home.
Yeah. Mark Twain
Yay.
said, "I can live a whole weekend of compliments."
compliment.
Now you don't have to worry about any top ramen for a while.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Oh God, we've been living off top ramen because we're moving. And when you move, you got to save money for the moving expenses that come up like every single day that you never planned for. So it's like, oh, more top ramen. This is great. Actually, isn't that bad?
it's high in sodium though, really high. You
Oh,
retain
yeah.
water with
Yeah.
top ramen.
Yeah, I know
lost
what you mean.
40
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah.
40
Wow.
pounds. Yeah, I fattened up in my last relationship like a champ. Like,
How did you lose the 40 pounds?
Weight Watchers.
You joined Weight Watchers?
I did Weight Watchers. I'm like, I don't know if that was a little plug there
That's
for the
so
Weight Watchers
cool.
table.
That's
Count
so
your
cool.
points.
Yeah,
Internet
yeah.
Watchers.
Oh, is it expensive?
No, it's like $10 a week. And
Plus the food.
No, that's Jenny Craig where you have to buy the food. You actually just eat normal food and you sort of count your points and you journal.
Wow, that's pretty cheap.
You journal what you eat, and if you're like, I ate a whole pack of cookies because I'm a fatty that day, then you're like, Dead Soup Plantation was my favorite when I was fat.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah, because a buffet, like when you're fat, you
Yeah.
just love a buffet.
And you can do the 2 trays on the plate, and everybody else is doing it.
It was,
Like, everybody else's lard ass just lock it in.
and the soft serve ice cream machine,
Oh.
like when you're like, oh, it's a magical land when you're overweight, so that allows you to operate a soft serve.
Really, in
ice cream
America,
machine.
everything is so cheap. Food is just like, hey, you
Huge
gotta...
portions, too.
Oh,
Huge.
yeah,
Like-
yeah. We're becoming a nation of monstrous fatties.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we could just invade Canada, just taking off our shirts and going, ah. They'd be like, ah,
Yeah.
like monsters or something like
40
that. you know?
pounds. It's like a toddler. Like
I know.
like a whole
That's what Woody
person.
Allen said. He said he ran into a fat lady the other day. He said this years ago when he was funny. When he was funny, and he ran into a fat lady the other day, and he goes, "Why doesn't he just carry it around in a cart behind her?" But he said it in the context of something else. I thought it was really funny because it created a visual image. Never mind. That joke
Had to
didn't
be
work.
there,
The
Alex.
visual- the visual image in Weight Watchers, they're like 25 pounds is the equivalent of 3 gallons of milk. So I went and I tried to lift it in a cart, and I'm like, holy shit, this is heavy.
That's a lot of money. Or a lot of weight,
I'm
yeah.
fat. I'm like, I knew I was fat when I'm like, it's actually a joke that I wrote. I'm like, I knew I was fat when I went to Jerry's Deli, and there was no valet parking, and I was like, what are we gonna do? And my friend was like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna walk, you fat fuck. That's what we're gonna do. And I was like, oh my god, I am a fatty. It was so sad.
So you're like a recovering fataholic.
When I get into a bad relationship, I sort of fill my void with ding-dongs and ho-hos.
So that's
and
why I've gained 15 pounds since I got married. Okay. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's a little bit of laziness and then a little bit of I'm sure it was a distancing thing, but it was like.
What do you think about Arnold Schwarzenegger, the big movie star, winning the election? Did you feel good about that?
So ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Oh.
So ridiculous.
Well, he's in the entertainment industry like you.
Yeah,
Sort
but
of.
you know what? I guess it's what are his qualifications? I
Well,
guess
he talks like this and makes movies.
Yeah, he's not a career politician, so I guess he's got that going for him.
Right. He's gonna. He will save California.
Do you think he's really gonna save California?
I think it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because he'll always go on stage, and I'm on stage. I think of him as an actor still. Never. People should think of him as a movie action hero. People they shouldn't say Schwarzenegger is an actor. They say movie action hero. To be careful about that. Don't even give him the kudos of being an actor.
Yeah, not really an actor.
No. What do you do? You love our president? Do you think he's a nice guy?
No. I'm like,
God, thank you for saying that.
You passed an important
Was
test.
that a test?
Yes,
And I've been like,
yeah.
oh no.
Well, we're kind of left wing here, Even though these two guys are freelancers, and so you should have to be more to the right, like don't tax me. But I'm the guy on the left. I still work for the government. Yeah. I'm actually a government. I'm actually a spy.
Nice.
Sucking the corporate tit.
Nice. I'm like, yeah.
No, but you don't think the president? I don't think he's that great either because he didn't win the election. Hey, how about that?
Yeah, what do you think of that? What was it? 3,000 votes separated.
Yeah, or some tomfoolery that meant that half the country just have this bitter taste in their mouth.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, left a bitter taste in my mouth. And many other things.
Oh. I don't know what that was.
Now, where do you see yourself going? Just keep doing stand-up comedy until people recognize your greatness?
I feel like the stand-up comedy thing, and it's like, hopefully Montreal, Aspen,
That's where they're really going to see how funny you
development
are.
deals,
Yeah.
and my own show. Syndication money would be
Oh,
Larry
yeah.
David, Jerry Seinfeld money would be
Yeah,
really nice because this is poor, not fun.
No, poor sucks.
fun.
Poor really sucks. Yeah. Well, doesn't your boyfriend go? It's okay. Here's a whole crate of Top Ramen for a week.
No, he doesn't. I'm like, I have to beg for meals. I'm like,
Oh no.
I date to eat.
Yeah, but this is the lean years, you know. We had Melissa Paul on here, who's going to be on Mad TV.
Yeah, that's so exciting. She's so funny.
And when we booked her, she was
good.
basically, just in the same stage you are. And then 2 nights before she comes on the show, she's got Mad TV. So it will happen to you.
Really,
Yes.
I have to believe it because otherwise the uncertainty.
No,
is like,
but okay. Let's take your comedy to more of an analytical level.
Okay.
You're a really good joke writer. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. You know how to write jokes.
Yay.
Okay, so bottom line, you're gonna make it. Well, we hope so.
I'm like...
This isn't actually like Sally Jeffrey or Oprah or something. You're going to do so well in life, you know?
Oh, and Dr.
You know?
Phil.
Basically, you're going to make it or you're going to die in the gutter. That's the message for me. That's my self-help.
But you feel like that. This town makes you feel like this. It's like you're old. You feel old before your time. It's
I know.
like,
You're like, I'm 24 now.
You do. And you start lying. You're like, I'm not 24. I'm really 22. And I'm like, I'm shaving 2 years off in my 20s. What am I going to do when I hit the 30?
It's even worse for musicians, though. You know?
Is it?
Oh,
Really?
God, they ought to be 19 forever until some point they go, hey, Grandpa, you got a wrinkle. And they're like,
it's just
I'm still
women.
19. Yeah. Well, women. There's a lot of really good women comics out there right now in L.A. I mean, really. I mean, I've seen like an explosion of
I mean, there are, but they're not compared to guys. They're still.
You're like in the front of that herd.
I feel like that, and I've only been doing it a short period of time.
Yeah,
I heard it's
yeah.
my calling. I'm like, it's your calling.
Yeah. Well, you're going to do well. Now I want to ask you a really brief question because we have to close. It's coming to that time. But we did get to know a little about the inner April, and that's important.
And it was fun.
And people will Google you. They're going to Google you hard.
I'm really excited about this. I was
Yes,
gonna put some fake websites up, so if people Googled me, like I would have humanitarian things on there, like for dating purposes, like. She saves burning children.
Save the Burning Children Foundation.
Yeah. She's a good person and she's funny.
What's your philosophy of life?
My that's a big question.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you're
what
throwing
is it?
that out.
Yes, we're going to end on that. What's something funny, of course, not grim.
Funny. Have fun. Live, as long as you can, because you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So enjoy every day. Enjoy friends and family, and happiness is key.
No, I agree with that. I'm
Laughter.
all obsessed. I'm all obsessed with that whole death thing. You know, it's like I just know it's coming. Like every night when I go to sleep, I'm one of those people who goes, "I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna wake up in the morning." And I wake up and I'm like, "Yeah!" And I go, "Oh no, I gotta go to work."
Yeah.
You know, there's that brief moment of "Yeah," you know, I'm still alive, but now I gotta go to work. You know,
The whole working thing. I'm not big on the whole working.
I think the biggest mistake that ever was made in the world was when somehow some evil person tied work to income.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did they do that? Why? I'm asking you.
Why do they do that? I don't know, but it upsets me.
It's like, I want to have the
every day
income without the work. And I want to work, and I don't care about the income as long as I'm getting the income anyway.
But if you can make income doing something that you love, like if I were just living doing comedy, then I'd be like, this is great. But most people don't do that. Like all my friends back east, they're all like, well, the day goes by pretty fast at work, and I'm like,
oh, that's so horrible. When people say that, I just go, ugh. I know. They go, it's only 2 o'clock. Geez, it's gonna be something to make the day go by fast. And I go, why don't you just like put yourself in a coma for like until you're 65. When you wake up, you'll have your Social Security. Yeah. You can be a medical experiment. For 48 years, just lie in a coma. When you wake up, there you go, and you'll be fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, I've worked in offices, and I spend most of the time playing solitaire and waiting for watching the clock tick away. And
it just goes click, click, and then also it goes one back, click, and you're like, oh, God.
Oh, so sad. So sad.
Well, end us on a happy note. Tell us where you're going to be performing next. Tell the world.
I will be performing tomorrow night at the World Cafe in Santa Monica, California.
Yeah, really? That's a gig I should probably try to catch.
Yeah, it's a good show. I have a show on the 30th of October at Comedy Union, 2 blocks west of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Pico Boulevard.
Roscoe's.
Yes,
little
yes.
comedy, a little fat and butter, little waffles and chicken. And shitty open mics all over town.
Do you do the urban open mic?
I do, but I feel like there's some evil looming. That alternative comic scene is just not for all those alternative comics out there that are evil and angry. I hate you.
What's your favorite open mic night right now?
Favorite open mic? Like, I do a lot of book shows, but I do like I love the Crappy McReds on a Tuesday in the Valley in Van Nuys. Nothing better than a few drunks sitting at a bar.
Crabby McReds? That's what it's called?
I know, it's called McReds, but it's Crappy.
McReds.
And,
Okay.
let's see. Crappy. It's called
I thought that was the
Crappy
name of it,
McReds. It's actually on Victory on Tuesdays.
Do you do that?
It's a shithole, but it's fun.
Do you do the Comedy Store Sunday night thing?
No.
We got to sign up a week before.
No, I'm waiting for the showcase
the
list.
street people are there and trying to sign up too, and it's kind of a weird scene.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the showcase list. Hopefully Mitzi won't die before I get on it.
Well, it has been great having you. Anything else you have to say? Anything else?
I believe.
Last words?
That's last words. I'm like, last words. She gets hit by a car when she walks out.
I love your obsession with
lights are
death.
gonna fall on you as
It's
you
right
leave.
along with mine. Yeah.
I'm very dark. It's a dark place. Very dark. Yeah, last words. I'm like.
What's going to be on your tombstone? Just why don't we end it, Grim?
Oh my God! On my tombstone.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
that I was a good friend, and hopefully I'll be
No,
married.
it's just
Really?
funny.
No?
Mine's going to say
Funny?
R.I.P. Schmuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Schmuck? I'm a shik, so there'll be no schmuck on my tombstone.
There you go.
Oh my
There'll be no schmuck on my tombstone. That's what you'll put.
Yeah, there'll be no schmuck on my tombstone. She was a shiksa.
Well, we should end on that
Yeah.
note. Okay.
She's
well.
a good shiksa. Oi.
April, it's been wonderful having you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yay.
of course, yes, and people will Google you. They're going to Google
I'm
you
so excited.
hard.
I'm so
yes.
excited to be on Google.
And now you will be. And Mr. Lyon, are we ready?
Yep.
It is the Alex Duffy Show, October 21st, 2003. Good night.